Hey guys, this is Eskimo Poodle, and we are back with Let's Play Infinite Undiscovery on Infinity Mode for the Xbox 360. Last time, we upgraded our item creations, except for our writing, because we didn't have the materials for it. And now, we are about to head to the final dungeon of the game. The Underwater Palace. Now, unlike the other areas, you can actually go back to this one after you beat the game, because it's the final boss battle. But like I said earlier in the last video, it's going to be pretty empty in there. But you don't have, there's no locked treasure chest, there's no out of reach treasure chests, and you can't miss any of the treasure chests because you can go back for them. So you can make the party whoever you want. And also, unlike the other ones, this time you make your whoever you step on the teleporter with is going to be the party that you start the castle with. You're going to face a boss, and then you're going to choose your three parties. So make sure you have the party you want ready to fight the boss. I am going to use Capell, Edward, Aya, and Michelle, and that's going to be my preferred party today. Actually, that's going to be my preferred party for forever, but circumstances dictated that I used Komachi and Tuma and some other people earlier. But anyways, let's head on into this teleporter. Okay, the boss coming up is weak to the earth element, so make sure you go ahead and enchant your meleeers with the earth attack and earth damage up. I didn't mean to put it on Capell, because you get a situation bonus for defeating the boss with someone that's not Capell dealing the final hit. So if you wanted to, you could have just put it on your two melee characters, but I kind of forgot. But either way, I'm just going to put the plus 30 on Aya and Edward, not on Capell, because the situation bonus you get for defeating him without Capell landing the final hit, 35,000 experience. So it's not too shabby. It's not too shabby at all, actually. Anyways, head through the door, and we shall fight to our heart's content.
At last.
That armor. You're a Knight of the Order. Step aside.
You certainly resemble His Majesty in his younger days. I am Iskand, the last of Leonid's faithful servants, and a former knight of the Kingdom of Cassandra.
A Knight of Cassandra?
Yes, I was a knight of the land you destroyed.
How did I destroy it?
You don't know? Well, it no longer matters.
Huh?
I thank fate for this chance to avenge my fallen brethren, here and now!
What's going on?
The rite has commenced.
What right?
A rite which will turn my master into a god. He shall drain all life from this land and ascend to the moon. But first we shall battle, you cursed child.
Okay, this guy's actually pretty dang tough. He hits pretty hard and he hits pretty fast. But he is weak to the earth element, so destroy his ass. On Infinity Mode, he has 5,600 HP, something like that. On normal mode, he has 350,000 HP. I didn't say 5,600. 560,000. That's what I meant to say. But yeah, on normal mode, he has 350,000. But I, after dealing a good chunk of damage, am just going to step back and let my party members kill him, because I do not want to accidentally kill my Capell and miss out on that massive chunk of experience.
Look after the injured. Look after the
And
injured.
he's killing my party members like a champ.
Look after the injured.
This guy's not a chump, that's for sure.
Help the injured. Help the injured.
I think that's Grid Velocity that he's using. And that's a Raven Venom that Aya just used. A very good skill, but as you can see, it's eating up her MP bar like nothing.
Someone,
And then the
please
other one
treat
she's going
them.
to be using is Snipe Arrow.
That was
And
great.
Edward is using Burning Sun. Very powerful, but it takes a couple seconds to activate. It's kind of like a Reagan Leaf actually. It's just
Look
really
after the
powerful.
injured.
Let's see some.
Edward!
You were great.
Some guys.
Aya! Someone, please treat them. Help the injured.
If I wasn't going for the situation bonus, this would actually be a lot easier. That's not Grid Velocity, but it's close.
Look after the injured. Help the injured. Did you treat them?
Bozo. Alright.
Look after the injured.
So yeah, this place isn't all that difficult on normal mode, but these guys hit like trucks on Infinity mode.
Look after the injured.
And there's a ton of bosses in this place. I think there's like 4 of them actually. And plus like 8 or 10 floors of regular enemies we gotta kill before we get to the final boss. Kill him. Ow. 15,000, that's not too shabby. It's almost 16. Ow, ow.
Look after the injured. Aya!
Dracula's medicine, where is okay, you guys are... Okay.
Help the injured. Look after the injured.
Turns out enchanting the earth element is kind of worthless because they keep dying, so they don't have it anymore. Alright, gotcha guys, gotcha. Very powder. Ah, you son of a bitch. You're not supposed to be dead again, are ya? Damn it, Edward.
Edward! Look after the injured. Someone, please treat them. Someone, please treat them.
Michelle, less healing, more reviving.
Someone, please treat them. Help the injured.
You!
Someone, please treat
Help
them.
the injured. Miraculous medicine. Good girl.
Help the injured.
Ow.
Help the injured. Aya! Help the injured. Did you treat them?
Yeah, see, this is why I turn off
Did you treat
Eugene's revive spells. I mean, sure, it can revive him at full health, but it's going to take 3 or 4 seconds to actually revive him up. And a lot of people actually turn off all healing spells and just use items for straight up healing, which actually is not a bad idea. But I'm stubborn and I'm going to use magic for the time being.
Oh,
Come on, Dean.
I really messed this one up.
Come on.
That was great. Help the injured.
Kill him with his massive HP.
Look after the injured.
Damn it, Michelle.
Help the injured.
Yeah, this guy is not to be underestimated. He's actually tougher than the other... Oh, crap, that hurt. He's actually tougher than the other bosses, in my opinion, in here.
That was great.
There we go. Didn't finish off Iskand via Capell. 35,000 experience, plus the 9,000 you get for defeating him anyways. So 44,000 experience for defeating this guy. Very, very nice. And now, cutscenes.
Victory is just beyond my grasp.
You said I was cursed.
I suppose you have the right to know. You are the Prince of Cassandra.
A prince?
You... Nay, Your Highness, is the son of Lord Sigmund, who was the great king of Cassandra.
What? Capell is Lord Sigmund's son? That's impossible!
King Volsung, who ruled all of Cassandra, was called Sigmund when he was a child. The kingdom that flourished under his majesty crumbled in a single night. On the evening of the prince's birth, there was a lunar eclipse.
That I've heard.
His Majesty agonized over the decision for a long time, but at last bid me to follow royal tradition. This newborn prince, I was ordered to send him down a river.
You?
I carried the prince down river by ship, and then readied a small boat and placed him on board. It was that very moment that I noticed something. There was a message embroidered on the cloth covering him.
Yes, a blessing to protect the child.
It read, "This boy shall be courageous and kind. He will be called Capell."
He will be.
Called Capell.
But... Calm down. You're still the same Capell. I had a father. Sigmund.
I'll protect you.
He said he remembered something during the rite. He must have realized who I was.
You just have to be yourself. Capell, protect this world.
And that's why he sacrificed himself for me.
Leonard appeared in this country when it was on the verge of collapse. He was able to oust foreign invaders with his overwhelming power. So, we chose to serve him.
But he's a horrible person.
First and foremost, a knight serves his country. He must remain loyal, even if he's taken down an immoral path. Your Majesty.
Capell, the gate! We can't get any closer.
Lord Capell, allow me to perform this final task. The king has returned! Open for your rightful master!
Father, I'll end this myself.
And there you have it. Because Capell was born on an eclipse, and he had to be banished from the kingdom, his mom died out of grief, and then Sigmund decided he didn't want to live with the knowledge of what he did, so he got the lunar right to reverse him to a child, erasing his lunaglyph, but he didn't realize it would reverse him to a lunaglyph, or not to a child, I mean. Then his excess power transferred into Leonid, and he became the Dread Knight. So basically, if Capell had been born freaking an hour earlier, or like an hour later or something, then the world wouldn't be in the state that it is right now. There would be no Dread Knight, there would be no moon trying to crush the planet or nothing like that. Basically, because Capell was born an hour early, he caused the destruction of the planet pretty much. Not intentionally, but I guess that moon god really had it out for him or something. And the game never actually states that, but you can probably figure it out for yourself. It's actually, I actually like the story in this game. I mean, that's a pretty cool twist. Because you're born an hour later than you should have been, you cause the destruction of the entire planet, more or less. That's actually pretty cool in my opinion. I just really like this story. I mean, the game isn't as polished as it could have been, but the story is one of the highlights in my opinion. If you go around, there's a chest. And that contains a, I think it's a wristband, I'm not sure. Let's see, solar necklace, there it is. Anti-ailment 50% of the time. I'm not going to really care about it. And thanks to that nice burst of experience, we got a ton of level ups here. And none of those doors go anywhere, you have to go through the teleporter. So let us continue after healing up. And yeah, you're going to be using a ton of items to keep your mana up. If you have the new skills that I told you to put on. It'll be worth it though, because they will be doing mad freaking damage. I mean, awesome damage.
Thanks.
Alright. Let's see, I think that was the only one that had anything behind it. So, let us keep going. But yeah, when you come through here after the game's over, there's like no enemies anywhere. There's 2 rooms with enemies in them, and you can actually watch your allies running up the stairs, and they'll have their own little fights on the stairs sometimes. And yeah, you get the experience from them, of course. All right, let's kill these chumps. This is actually a really easy final dungeon, though. It's kind of disappointing. Except for the bosses, it's not really that hard. I mean, you're pretty weak actually. Feeble cloth, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. No, don't you dare disappear. Yeah, you just. Okay. That's one thing that irritates me. You have to put your sword away in order to do something simple like opening a door. They couldn't have figured out some way for you to open the door without putting your sword away. Feeble cape. That is a very good item for Michelle. It drains her HP by 1% every 5 seconds, but she gets 20% more MP, and it regenerates 1% of her maximum MP every 5 seconds. So you lose out on a slight bit of health. That's not going to matter because she's not going to be in the front line anyways, and you get good defense out of it, and MP regeneration. So I would definitely equip that. In fact, I still have that on. I usually still have that on her at the end of the game. if you're using Edward, it works, or not Edward, but Eugene or Rucha or Rico, it works for that. It works for them too. But whoever your preferred mage is, put that on them. And I like watching these guys fight. I don't know why, it's just fun. Come on, guys, be awesome. Yay, more experiences. Oh, you guys forgot the frickin' item, you bastards. I'm really anal about picking up like items enemy drops. Or I definitely try to get them at all costs. I don't like seeing an item left on the ground unpicked up, because I can never be sure if it's something rare that I might need for item creation or something like that. Any battles? No battles. There's my parties. Hi, parties. I don't think you ever see both parties on the stairs at once. I mean, and by that I mean I don't think if you look to the left you'll see the party there, and look to the right see the party there. But anyways, boss. Hey, we fought this guy when we smashed a chain at the end of disc 1. I remember that this guy will not take any damage from air attacks. I don't remember what his weakness is. I want to say Earth, but I'm not sure. And yeah, those little bastards like to teleport. But they're not particularly difficult. 25,000 hit, thank you. I'll take that.
Did you treat them? Did you treat them?
Come on, guys. Destroy him. Bastard. Oh, you gotta teleport for him. That is one creepy looking bastard. His eyelids have teeth. All his tentacles have eyes. He's got like 1 billion eyes. Whoever came up with this thing must have been on some serious meth or something. Because this guy is one... These guys are some screwed up looking little bastards. That's all I gotta say about that. Yeah, notice how fast she's going through MP, but she's also doing a ton of damage, so I think it's worth it. And later on in the game, you'll get more MP regeneration items. Like, not later on in the game, but after, in the post-game dungeon, you'll get the materials to make that stuff. Phoenix Feather Jacket reduces fire damage by 50%, and it's nice and defensive. So, you actually find the full set of Phoenix Feather, whatever, so you end up taking negative 150% from fire damage. I don't think you ever absorb it. You just take like no damage from it. Actually, I'm not sure if they're multiplicative or additive, so I'm not sure. You might just take like really minimal damage. I never figured it out, but either way, equip it. It's good. Good stuff. And yeah, see, they get to fight an evil eye too. It's gonna take them a while to kill it. Simply because they're not as awesome as I am. And Balbagan now has his triple threat attack, which I made sure to equip before I came in here. I leveled up in the Pierre Marshlands before I came forth to the castle, just for that reason alone, to make sure he had his best skill available. Seriously, that thing is creepy. Shell, kill yourself.
above us.
There we go. Okay, that's enough watching. Yeah, I figured it out that if you just run around the edge, you don't have to teleport, you actually have to step forward. I know it's kind of useless, but I like finding weird little things like that in games. Yes, I know it's 100% useless knowledge, but I already said that, so whatever. These soldiers right here, they have a chance to drop Placidus Wood. But we're gonna have more chances later on in the post-game dungeon, so don't worry if they don't drop any for you. Revive! You wanna sit on me? I can sit on you. Well, not really sit on you, but... What if you bozos kindly revive Edward? Thank you. Taking your sweet time about it.
Someone, please treat them. Someone,
That's you,
please
Michelle.
treat them.
That's your cue to frickin' revive
Look
them.
after the injured.
Like now instead of yesterday.
Help the injured.
Bastards. Crystallite metal. Very nice. I will take that. And I will take some healing too.
Thanks.
And what do we got? Feeble wristband. I think that's also good for Michelle, but I'm not really 100% sure. Increases intelligence. Intelligence plus 5%. More intelligence equals more damage, so I will take that. So let's see, should I get rid of... Yeah, let's get rid of you. Nice little increase there. And let's keep on going. I think the next room that we get that's looking like that, we'll cut out the video. Come on, guys. Destroy. We made it past that evil eye. You can certainly defeat a crappy little ogre, especially since you somehow have infinite health when you're not in my party. Why do games do that? They're like, oh, this big-ass boss you're fighting that has 600 million HP, you beat him, and then he joins you, and he has like 10 HP. Or he's got like... He can KO your entire party in like 2 minutes, and then you get him, and he's like the second weakest party member in the game. It's always really annoyed me. But what are you gonna do? Besides bitch and moan about it when you're playing a game. Let's see, what do we got in here? More bosses? I think there's a boss after these stairs. I was about to say, I haven't seen you guys over there for a while. Okay, I think there's a boss in there. So I am going to cut this video off right here. And then next time we will go finish up this area. Or it might actually be a three-parter, actually. But yeah, next time we will continue going through the Underwater Palace on our quest to beat the final boss. So guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Alright, have a good one.